Men literally get into more car accidents than women. That's why they have to pay more for car insurance as a man. Yeah. Yeah. Lost and Adin were saying Tate was just a troll and everything outlandish he says is just jokes for views. No, he's normalizing sexism for sure. Okay. He's normalizing sexism for sure. He is basing his entire character, because like it is exaggerated, and he's basing his entire character off of like pre-existing biases that a lot of people have, because it is a patriarchal society. So obviously that is part of the way, part of the reason why he's able to do that. Okay. Same thing as Donald Trump. If you agree with him, he's serious. But if you call him out, it's a joke. But ultimately, the goal and the purpose of what he's doing revolves around getting more dumb that agree with him. He knows full well that he has plenty of people who will agree with him, because he's just simply leaning on pre-existing biases, okay, that are out there, right? Look how dumb Tate tried to talk about Adept. No shot. He did not do that. What the Tate shows Adept grinding on ice percentage just the road. Wait, what the I'm not showing this, dude. What the is this? You don't even bring this shit up. What is wrong with you? You really like xQc? No, dude, are you kidding me? Do you not remember? I have plenty of disagreements with xQc, especially right now. Half the motherfuckers he's on a call with are doing crypto gambling on the platform alongside himself. I disagree with that vehemently. But I can disagree with the things that he's doing that are completely unethical and completely up, while simultaneously recognizing that he 100% is in the right here when he's arguing against misogyny on the platform. So shut the up. I'm not a bitch, okay? I'm not going to be motivated by my personal feelings towards what he's doing with respect to stake.com and crypto gambling and then act like he didn't do a good job in this circumstance. Or I can still parse through the actual words that he's using and understand the main point that he's trying to put together. xQc hates little bro. Stop dick riding. xQc hates little bro. Dude, if another one of you 14-year-old pasty little skin dumb or dick dumb mother calls me little bro, I'm gonna whip you like a towel. Do you understand? I can snap you in half, you dumb little bitch. What is this little bro? Leave your mother's apartment first, and then maybe you can use words like little bro. All right, go ahead. Now you're banned. Worst thing that's going to happen to you. Tate posted slanderous stuff on xQc after the debate like a fucking child. Like he's a grown man. Skin is raises? Yeah, I was trying to say dick or dick skin, and I mixed it up. Did you just use a slur? Yeah, bro, cancel me. Obviously, pasty is what I said. Can you understand? It's so funny that like will immediately try to grab anything they can. Anything they can. Makes you low-key dumb as sometimes, but Tate followers are just next level. Hater tots and Lil Bro are my new favorite slurs. Yeah. That was a slur you accidentally said. Yeah. Ego demolished Little Bro. Yeah, permaban him. Are men not better drivers than women on average? Consider car racing, reaction times in video games, etc. It's just a factual statement, isn't it? Doesn't that mean there aren't great female drivers on average, but it's indisputable, isn't it? No. If you look at insurance rates, men actually have to pay more because they're more dangerous drivers than women. Women sometimes take a longer time to actually park a car than a man does, but the success rate of like successfully parking a car between the lines is higher for women than it is for men. So shut the up. You're just literally trying to figure out a way where men are superior to women, even in driving, when all evidence points to the exact opposite. Holy little bro is fighting words in the real world. These kids don't say it in real life. These kids don't live in real life. They live on the internet. They're anonymous users on the internet. Of course, you know, they're going to get away with being like, little bro, I'm a 31-year-old man. Come say that to my face.
Absolute chaos, okay? And once you understand that, right, you understand that I have to go harder and I have to be involved in that discussion. Otherwise, we will not be able to disprove, or we're not going to have any sort of second guess of his thoughts. That's the problem with people that talk to this guy, is that they don't go against his takes, and they don't go against his beliefs, right? They don't say anything. They just say, yeah. They nod. What does Adin do when he says his takes? Yeah. They just nod. I'm not gonna do that. Okay. I'm sorry, man. I'm not gonna let some guy that is literally anti-woman go on anti-woman rants on the stream without voicing my opinion. If that comes out as shouting, getting mad, moving my arms around, then so be it. Okay? That's my method of communicating sometimes, and it sucks, but so be it. I don't give a if I look like I didn't know what I was saying. What I look like I didn't. It's
HasanAbi, stop writing Adin's meat. Write mine instead, please. HasanAbi, dude. Oh God, you got me, dude. You call me Karen. I'm owned. You just destroyed me in the marketplace of ideas, just like Andrew Tate destroyed everybody in the marketplace of ideas because he's, you know, jacked.
You've ever seen in your life, you don't think it's more likely to be a female? It's just as equally likely to be a man in your view.
Crazy, bro.
I mean, when I see it,
people begging me. If anything, it shows like he's not a dispassionate grifter like Tate. Yeah, he's only a grifter when it comes to gambling.
Okay, well, she's blonde. Let me look up the blonde chicks. Can they drive? Da-da. I get in a car and I look at her driving and go, and this bitch can't drive. Okay. That's what I do.
I gotta pee.
Right? And any man who's honest with himself has been in the car with a chick who's driving on some wild, crazy, texting on her phone, risking everyone life. Every man knows I'm telling the truth. Okay. I know you can't say it. Okay. You don't want to get canceled. Blah blah blah. You just sit here and say when you get in a car with a girl, you look up an internet study first. Shut up. What are you talking about?
Bro, what are you talking about? A bad driver on the road that you can see is a bad driver. I don't give a f if they're old, if they're missing both hands, if they're a guy, if they're white, they're black. I don't give a fuck. That person can't drive. They can't drive. I don't say, oh, I'm gonna go to the study, or I'm gonna do this to Andrew Tate. They can't drive. Let me brake a little bit and change lane, yo. You know, I don't have a license for it yet.
I'm gonna interject real quick into this one-on-one here, okay? Do all of you guys remember the example I gave about real life or like the real world versus the internet world?
Yeah.
The example I gave about the word slut. You guys remember that?
Yeah.
I think I had that take exactly on point. In the real world, like I think when Andrew says what he's saying, right? Like, you know, the people get around like, oh yeah, I know what you're talking about, right? But in the internet world, everyone's very, 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 they're very exact, right? So when Andrew says women are bad drivers, the internet assumes that he's saying all women are bad drivers, women are terrible, women are less than, right? So it just depends here. Are you talking like the real world talking where we understand what you're saying? Like,
XQC Tate's premise is as Tate's actually brain dead. XQCL.
The rapper says all these girls are hoes, right? We know he's not saying all women are hoes. We know what he's talking about. When you go to the party, that one chick that's sleeping with all the dudes is a hoe, right? We get that comparison, but we know he's not saying that.
Okay, so here's the thing. It's not like Tate's generalizations are the problem. It's not like people are having a misunderstanding about what a generalization is. It's that the underlying premise is just completely false. So it doesn't matter. Okay? Why does he have that completely false premise that he is arguing on over and over again? Well, he's arguing on that completely false premise because he doesn't believe that women are better drivers than men. That's it. If all empirical evidence points to one reality and you're still like, but what in a hypothetical, I have my female drive the Bugatti, yeah, and I'm drinking sparkling water, well, and she's actually bad at driving because she's now blind, right? Yeah, and then in that situation, what now? I'm better than her at driving, yeah? It's like, okay, well, you just made up a hypothetical. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You can't just then turn around and be like, well, I'm not making a generalization. Or when I say At least they're debating him. Why are you afraid of debating him? React harder for weird W. No, I'm not afraid of debating Andrew Tate. Why the fuck would I be? Why the fuck would I be afraid of debating Andrew Tate? What are you talking about? Bugatti. Bro, everything that people use to legitimize Andrew Tate, they unironically use against me as a negative. Like, people literally are like, Andrew Tate's the man. He has a Bugatti and he has a nice house or whatever the. And then they'll turn around and be like, Hasan, you're such a piece of shit. You have a nice house and you have a Porsche. Like, what do you mean?
So the real question here is, are you talking with the context of the real world only, where you're kind of just making that generalization, but you don't actually mean the generalization? Do you understand what I'm saying? Or are you actually a sexist? That's what the question is.
That's a very good question, and it's very professionally asked.
How the f do you fit in a Porsche? Yeah, very carefully. That's how I fit in a Porsche. Fit in a Porsche very carefully. I bought the Taycan for that reason. One, because it's electric. Because I'm soy, right? Electric vehicles. Bugatti. There's no Bugatti. And secondly, Taycans are 4 doors, so they're big. So I can actually fit in it.
Like the way you've asked it. It's very professional.
Thank you.
No, you're completely and utterly correct. The way the rapper says that all women are hoes is an absolutely perfect analogy. I'm not saying there's not a female on the planet who can't drive a car. I'm not saying that. I'm saying,
dog, your generalization is incorrect.
Yeah, I'm saying in general, if every man was honest with himself, if you were to ask him, what's the worst driving you've ever seen? What's the most uncomfortable you've ever been in a car? What's the worst parking you've ever seen? If you were to ask him and he was honest and he wasn't on the internet worried about getting canceled or trying to be correct or looking up statistics or any dumb, he'd probably say, I was in the car with this chick once and she nearly killed me.
Okay, but if they're wrong, who cares? Like, isn't the entire purpose to like arrive at the truth? Like, what do you mean? Like, you got a situation where you like have the opportunity to like actually look up statistics. You're like, well, it's dumb. Ignore the statistics. What about what the average guy thinks? Like, yeah, of course. Okay, well, I guess that's how we're gonna do things now. You know what I mean? I mean, he's unironically arguing that, like, no, my anecdotes are more important. Anecdotes and hypothetical situations that I've created are unironically more important than statistics in this circumstance. Okay, well, then I guess you're right. I do enjoy the disrespect given to xQc, if I'm being honest, law. X correct take, though. Yeah, I think, here's the thing. I think a lot of people are way more, way more careful about not off xQc because they're worried about the wrath of his stans, who for some reason think they're different than like K-pop stans, even though they're not. They operate in a similar capacity. So it is interesting to like watch a situation where someone just like truly does not give a shit. All right. But ultimately it doesn't matter because he's in the right here.
That is not saying women are bad creatures. I'm not saying all women drive that way.
Also, the way he's only theoretically surveying men. Every girl I know has a scary speeding story from driving with a guy. Yeah, I mean, but it doesn't matter. We already arrived. We already figured out what the f going on. We already figured out that at least depending on looking at like insurance quotes and whatnot, that yes, men are, statistically speaking, in general, worse drivers, more dangerous drivers than women. Okay? And it literally does not matter. Everyone's saying, yup, but you do the same thing too? What do you mean? You think I'm too nice to xQc? You think I'm afraid of xQc's fan base and too nice to xQc? What the f are you talking about? I used to like watching you, but you're so unknowledgeable in the bulk of topics you discuss. No common sense and call everyone you disagree with the races or make fun of them. Not worse than you, buddy. Oh, God, he said buddy. I'm not your buddy, brother. You have no buddies. That's, you know, that's why you're on your 17th alt account. Dumb. It's funny how he's calling women creatures like he's talking about another animal amount. So There's literally no worse driver than some lizard braid gym bro hopped on creatine. Okay. Listen. This conversation is irrelevant. Okay? You're just masturbating at that point. You're just, you just whipped your cock out. Your buddy whipped their cock out. And you guys are doing a good old-fashioned circle jerk. Okay? Because the argument ends the moment that you show empirical evidence. And then what Andrew Tate is supposed to do in that circumstance is try to criticize the empirical evidence, or else we're just going to have a conversation about describing to you what statistics look like versus what anecdotes are. You can't argue on just simply anecdotes, because I can always come back and give you another hypothetical or give you another anecdote where you lose. It's literally saying, I know in the real world what you're saying is true, that men on average are worse drivers than women, but what about this hypothetical scenario in which I'm right? Dude, my favorite, dude. Look at this guy. 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 Oh, God. If you're a hater, truth doesn't matter, right? Yeah, it doesn't. It actually doesn't. And it doesn't to you either. I should have never said I'm looking at a debate. We brought in literally the most school shooting adjacent freaks into the chat immediately. Like, the moment that we even bring up the debate word, every who's like, I would do a school shooting, but I live in Europe and have no access to a weapon, but I'm still going to write a manifesto, is in the chat being like, well, you're not a good debater. Actually, as a matter of fact, I, on the other hand, am a brilliant debater.
It doesn't mean that I don't think females should have a right to drive, etc. I'm saying in general, I think that men have faster reaction times. We are more interested in cars. We enjoy driving more. We pay more attention than women do.
That's just what? Where are you basing this off of? It's just his friends, I think, right?
Experience.
So to hop in real quick, okay, the reason I could kind of predict that, Adin and everyone else in here, is because I went through the same thing. I came from the real world, okay, and I
came from the real world. I have common sense. These are complete $2 phrases that you're throwing out there to try to pad your dumb argument when you don't have an argument. That's it. I come from the real world. It's like, Train, you do 38-hour streams gambling at a crypto website, brother. What do you mean? You are so far removed from the real world, dude. You wouldn't understand what the real world is if it slapped you in the face. Same with Andrew Tate. This ran away to Romania, by the way, and admitted that he went to Romania specifically so that when people called him a rapist, he wouldn't get legal scrutiny. So what are we talking about? The real world. None of you are stevedores. None of you are, working as a delivery driver. None of you are serving burgers to dumb fat all goddamn day. What the do you mean the real world? We're all a bunch of entitled, emotional actors on the internet. What do you mean the real world? Get the out of here. That's crazy. What oh, I'm in the real world, brother. Like, no, you're not. You're not in the real world. You live in a penthouse in Canada, brother. What do you mean you're living in the real world?
1 foot in, 1 foot out thing. It's why the people I got along with most were Call of Duty players, right? Because they had the same experiences as me. We partied, we went out, we had the college life, we had the, club life, and we gamed, right? So I understood that lingo, but I got in a lot of trouble for it, right? If you look at my speeches, I got banned. People said I'm sexist, misogynistic, because I spoke in that exact way. I assumed people were intelligent enough to understand the context in which I was saying these things. But the internet is not like that. The internet applies the worst case scenario, the worst possible context.
Okay, there's the only truth in that situation. First of all, I love how much Train betrays the argument that he's making about being in the real world, because he's like, his closest to the real world is what, Call of Duty players? Like, that's just a self-report that you're not in the real world, brother. Like, if the closest you have experienced the real world is like going out to nightclubs with Call of Duty players and partying, then you're not in the real world. Like, or your concept of what the real world is very far removed from the real world, okay? And like, the thing is, it's cancel culture complaints, but with extra steps. No, the real part of it is that, like, yeah, normal people hate cancel culture, and normal people think that, like, finding the least charitable way of approaching a subject is psychotic, okay? And most people would rather not deal with, like, a weirdo who, like, tries to grab on to like the most indecent framing of your argument that you don't even agree with and try to use that against you or try to hit you in the head with it over and over again. Yeah, most people are going to find that annoying. It's true. A lot of leftists do this, okay? And I yell at them all the time. And certainly a lot of right-wingers do this all the time as well. I've been canceled more times than Trainwrecks has, and in way more public ways, right? So that part I agree with. I also agree with the top of the hour ad break that comes at the top of every hour, obviously. And I agree with avoiding said ad breaks by subscribing for $5 or for free with a Twitch Prime. By connecting your Amazon Prime account to your Twitch account, you can get one free Prime subscription a month to avoid the top of the hour ad break. You can also get gifted a sub if you're lucky to avoid the ad break. But here's the 1 minute ad break now. Anyway. Please tell me how to connect it to my Amazon Prime account. I think I don't know how to do it. I don't know how to connect it. I've done it I haven't done it in a very long time. So, would you ever talk to Tate? I mean, I would debate Tate, but I don't think he would want to do it if we're being real. Like, I don't think he'd be interested in doing that. Bugatti! Thank you for the 20 gifted subs, Bugatti! Bro, this dude gifted subs yesterday and I didn't understand what he was saying, and now I understand what he was. Now I get it, dude. Bugatti! Tamana, thank you for the 5 gifted. Tate would wash you, bro. Yeah, he would, dude. He would destroy me. Yeah, he would kickbox me, dude, over the internet. Yeah, I mean, he would. He should actually debate me then, because he would destroy me so easily. I'm so dumb, dude. Just so you know, I stand Bruce now, by the way. I mean, it's all good. I stand Bruce too, so. I love Bruce. He's great. You subjected me to military propaganda. Bitch, that's why you subscribe, so you don't see the dumb military propaganda ads. Do you hate Tate? I don't hate anybody. There are only a couple. 2018, you is the perfect counterexample to Tate's whole world view. I love how every Tate supporter's rebuttal is he could beat you in a fight. He probably could. Don't call me juicer ever again, little bro. Are you trying to catch a ban right now? Calling me a little bro, dude? My own mods? Here you go. Guy.
And they will drill you for it.
Shren, you're fighting ghosts. You're fighting ghosts. Nobody's saying that right now. We're not in that right now. We're talking. Like,
this is why I could predict that he is talking in the real world on
Damn, little bro got banned. Exactly.
Internet. That's the issue. That's the disconnect.
You know, trying.
Brother, what do you think? This is America? You think I'm gonna protect the police? Where's your union, bro? Where's your union, little bro?
Trent, I'm gonna go against you. I'm gonna say, you know whose fault that is? That is your fault. I know why? Because you're a bad communicator. If you can't communicate your thought properly, so people understand it for what it is,
now I can.
then you are lacking skill.
Anyway, the idea that the real world, like, look, I've partied a lot. Okay, I partied a lot. Done a lot of stuff. Certainly had more misogynistic attitudes in the past. I even had transphobic opinions in the past. I've gotten better. I let that experience in growth guide my rhetoric. I use those experiences. And those attitudes that I used to have as a way to better communicate to people who also have those opinions and that perspective. Okay? And no, I didn't do that by finding Allah or anything, okay? You act like you're the smartest motherfucker alive. I'm not. I don't. I'm dumb as... I'm just a normal person, brother. Obviously, I have abnormal circumstances because I'm profoundly fortunate. But I'm not. I never say that. I say I'm stupid all the time. I've said I'm stupid like 8 times in this... since we started watching these videos. You personally think that I come across as like, come across as someone who's like super far up his own ass, who thinks he's brilliant because of the words I use. Because again, lizard brain, okay? Lizard brain. Your lizard brain is like, oh, this guy's using big words. I bet he thinks he's like really, really smart. You're not listening to what I'm saying. You said he changed his attitude and perspective. Nothing about smart. Exactly. Honestly, just admit you disagree with the entire concept of having my cock in your mouth. Dude, I'm not going to lie, dude. If I had my way, like, a lot of you would melt. Like, straight up. Hypothetically. Like, things that say stuff like this deserve to be melted into biomatter. Like, I just don't understand. It's like, dude, you're just a rapist. I don't know if you know that. Like, you're literally a weeb and a rapist. You're a weeb rapist saying, like, the dumbest shit. Like, you should have your bones grinded under the polemist dicta, okay? Nagatoro enjoyer alert. Is that some... Anyway, let's continue.
Communication to make your point what it actually is. That is your problem.
Real quick.
Shut the
Not talk about you, Judy. Talk about Tate.
Real quick. I want to respond to that. Then take and go in. Okay. X, as you know now, I communicate very well. Now,
I love this idiot in the chat. Says he doesn't hate anyone, then threatens to melt chatters. Bro, why are you running defense for a chatter who was like, you would love to have my cock in your mouth, and is like, has like some in their account? Like, what's wrong with you? Are you also a enjoyer? Do you want to also get melted? Some of them are not created equal, okay? There's good chatters, and then there's weird enjoying in here that say, obviously, saying what I'm saying about them means it's something entirely different for someone like yourself. If you're not like that, you just move on. Why are you self-reporting and going out the bat for some enjoying rapist? Why are you enjoying rapist?
When I make my speeches or when I make my points, I don't just explain the real world side. I explain the 1,700 different possible worlds it could be analyzed in.
I don't know anything about Nagatoro.
Perceived is.
Stop trying to defend it. I don't know anything.
I explain it in every way possible because I have a platform now on the internet. So now I've become a better communicator, and I explain in every context. So yeah, that's my point is right now Tate is in his, it's the inception of it, right, on the internet from the real world. So
then
that's the
tell me how he is. Then tell me how it is. Say Tate, I think you are a bad communicator of your takes, and you are bad at dialogue. Say
it's not a bad communicator.
Tell him then.
X, it's not a bad communicator. What it is it's an unawareness of the internet type of person. You understand? When you're never on the internet, you don't know. Like, I didn't know people like this existed. You understand? I didn't know they existed. So you can't fathom to even have the possible world to explain something in a way.
Okay. Or maybe he is aware, but he just doesn't give a.
Okay.
Maybe that's the case.
Then, Trent, if you make a statement and you say women can't drive, okay, it doesn't matter what your audience is, right? It is a blanket statement.
Have you seen Nick Pullum's poll? Nick Pullum's poll on Funniest Streamer. Do you know why that is? Because when I'm in person, I make jokes like that. I go, must be a woman driver that caused that accident. I make jokes like that. Do I think all women? No, women are better drivers than I am. I'm a driver as a man.
These are joking context, yeah. But if you make a statement that you're
that's
serious
why I'm asking him,
alone,
is he just making that generalized kind of stereotypical joke, or is he truly a sexist? That's what I'm asking.
It's a dumb argument to be like, oh, are these just jokes? Like, I hate that, like, this is the debate that they're having.
I asked him, he said no. He said he's not a sexist. He's making that generalized.
Yeah, because that's why. He can't say he's a sexist because he's a okay? He's a coward. Straight up. That's it. That's the only reason. He literally says, like, females, my female is my property. Okay? But he won't come out and be like, and say it with his entire chest. If he's saying it's a joke, why would he bring up other stats instead of just saying it was a joke? Yeah. If you think it's a joke, if you make a joke, right? Sometimes I say, I'm an LGBT foe. And then if someone was like legitimately like, holy, you don't like, you know, gay people or whatever, I'd be like, no, of course I'm joking, man. Are you crazy? I wouldn't go, yeah, here are the statistics as to why, you know, gay people are degenerate or whatever right? Because there's a difference. Also, there are no statistics on that matter, by the way. I'm just making an argument in this circumstance.
Joke statement.
Okay. Then when you don't have a dialogue with somebody and it's a monologue and you're alone and you go on camera and you say, women can't drive it without no precision, without no saying, oh, exception is exception, without going down the list of why it's a joke, whatever. You think it's a good thing? You think you're being a good communicator? Go on and say, women cannot drive. End segment.
Wrong. No,
here's the part. Does he owe that?
Wait. I got to respond to this. He's talking to me. I have a responsibility. Just trust me here. I apologize for interrupting you, but just hear me out here, okay? X. Yeah, I believe, listen, I don't think he has the experience on the internet yet to understand why he is in the wrong to make, I think there's a dramatization, right? I think he is intelligent and is aware of what he's doing. It's a dramatization for these dumb in the chat that sit there and say, yeah. It's a dramatization factor.
Okay. Hey, train it. Let's run next exercise.
For that, I think it's wrong.
Statement like that, but instead replace.
For that, I think it's wrong.
Hey, train.
For that, I agree with you, X.
Okay. Then if you're ready to prove your own point, then right about the severity of it, how about you make a same statement for the same topic or another one about black people? Go ahead. Do it now. Do it.
But why would we do that?
I made that point earlier. About the consistency argument.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. If it's not bad because it's a joke because it's
I didn't say it's not
it's
bad.
A woman joke.
I said the dramatization of the too far jokes is for the dramatization to get people in. And I said that part is wrong. And I do have a consistency. You ask Nick Poland, in front of him, I make those jokes. I make all kinds of jokes about everything and everyone. Believe that. You ask Nick Poland, he'll go live right now and say,
believe it.
Okay, why don't you ask Tate if you would say that about a race or something like that? A generalization like that
Facts,
about a
Rage.
joke
Take
about
over,
a race
Rage.
or ethnicity.
Rage is being an alpha right now.
Right, listen.
You could have asked him now.
Let's understand my ethnicity.
question.
Let him talk.
So I'm half black, half white, right? That's my ethnicity.
Wait,
so we understand my ethnicity. I
know
made
that.
a joke an hour ago with one of my cousins because half my family's black, half my cousins.
Okay, but you're not like a woman. You know what I mean? That argument doesn't. I know what argument he's about to make. He's like, well, I make racial jokes all the time. Okay, but you're black, dude. Like, okay. Like, yeah, it's different when a white person is making racialized humor about black people. Like, what the in-group, out-group, man? Goddamn. He's not black. Okay, I don't know. I'm inclined to believe him. I'm not going to... Dude, I'm not going to bust out the calipers and do, blood quantum science, okay? I don't know. Why would he lie about that?
Was white. And he said he wanted to go free diving. It's where you dive down in the water and you go deep with no scuba equipment with the sharks or something. And I said, bro, that's what white people do. That I'm too brown for that. I'm not going with the sharks. I just made a joke.
But he didn't even make like a racist joke. What do you mean? What? Bro, his argument is so bad, dude. What the one? Like, he just made a joke about like white people doing crazy shit, okay? That's so tame in comparison to like saying like all women are bad drivers, which is not even a joke. And the punchline was still about like white people, okay? And it was a really tame joke about white people. And not only that, but he's also black. So even if he made a joke about like black people, he could make one about black people as a black person, and it's still different than like, you know, him constantly fucking on women across the board. This is an entirely separate subject.
There. Oh no. Cancel me. Who gives a when I make a statement, bro, listen, when I make a statement, maybe you do, maybe you have all the time.
Oh, wait, is he making a black people can't swim joke? I thought he was saying like swimming with sharks. As in like white people do crazy shit like that. Damn, I didn't even think about it like that. You seem liberal? No. I think I'm right. I don't think he said. I think he was literally no. I think I got it right. Right? Black people don't do extreme sports. Come on, yeah. That's what the joke was. I'm pretty sure he was saying white people will go and swim with sharks. Oh my god! I think a lot of people, bro. I think a lot of people unironically jumped on that as a self-report. I'm pretty sure he was doing like white people do crazy jokes, and some of you guys self-reported and immediately were like, "Oh, he's saying black people can't swim." Like, I did not get that at all, dude. What the?
The world to sit on the internet, my friend. But when I make a statement, I don't have time to say, in my personal experience, I don't believe women can drive. However, I understand.
Why are you making jokes about black people? What? Dude, I'm so sorry, brother, but unfortunately, I'm going to have to ban you, okay? I hope you have a good one, though. I'm sorry, but, you know, if you're going to try to, if you don't have the mental faculties to be able to understand what I'm saying, then I'm going to take away your chatting privileges, okay? Here you go. Get better, though.
Understand that some women can drive, and I'm not saying all women can't drive, and I know women who can drive, but in my personal experience, the bad driving I've seen was most likely committed by women that I don't talk like a fucking geek. I say women can't drive. Now, if that upsets geeks like you, cool, whatever, because geeks, I don't give a that's what I say. If it upsets people, tough. That's my personal experience. You're gonna have to get the over it. That's life. But if you want to say I'm a bad communicator, once again, that's your prerogative. But I would disagree. I think I'm very good at communicating. It's the only reason I'm even here. It's the only reason I'm even on the internet. It's because when I talk, people listen. So I must be doing something right.
I mean, it's easy to dog whistle to like a misogynist. That's really easy. It's one of the easiest things out there. Preaching to the choir. That's so easy to get in following doing that. Hey, you hate women on these points and these points. It's gonna be easy to stack them up like easy. Holy! I built a world.
I do love that on the internet and in general, you can unironically keep making an argument about like being the dumber person who is advocating for not the truth. Have you seen this Tate video? Andrew Tate beating a girl up? Yes, I have. As a matter of fact, not only have I seen the video of him beating a girl up, I will also tell you, and this is a trigger warning, okay? And I don't even know if I should show you this. I've watched this video. I saw it on the H3H3 production subreddit. But I also looked deeper into the video, and this is, from what I understand, consensual BDSM. It looks like it's not consensual BDSM, but it actually is consensual BDSM. Especially because that same person that he's beating on is still his girlfriend. Yeah, it's Tate with hair. She said that it was consensual BDSM. So for the record, I know that like it's not for everybody. It's a kink, and I know that like people look at kinks like that and immediately go, "Oh, that's up. How dare he do that? I don't care. You shouldn't do BDSM at all," or whatever the. But no, the person came out. The person came out and did say, "No, Hasan, we never consented." Oh, well, I didn't show you anything, so shut the up. That's false consciousness, bro. Okay, well, if two parties in that situation are both consenting to that experience and you're not consenting to that, it doesn't matter. You know, you can kick rocks. As if a woman has never lied to protect her abuser. Okay, guys. You mean a woman is defending her abuser? Not all instances of BDSM imply that one party is being abusive to the other party. Okay? I'm not into BDSM. It's not a kink that I'm into. But you are literally jumping to the argument that it's definitely abuse. How do we know that it's true she consented and she wasn't scared into saying exactly what that person just said? Okay. The only thing I can go by is what the many videos I've seen of her calling him up and to hit her harder, including her coming out and saying that she consented to it. Just because I don't like BDSM doesn't change the reality that I'm just going to sit here and I don't know, just make stuff up because it corresponds to all the other dumb shit that Andrew Tate does. Chat somehow disregarding the woman's voice while defending her. I mean, that's actually... Realistically, you don't know which it is, so just say that. No, dude, because when someone in multiple videos is like literally being like, beat me up, you didn't even hit me well enough last time, and he's like literally beating her up, then I'm going to believe her. You idiot. Shut the up. You dumb. How the are you dumber than Andrew Tate on this issue? You literally just want to believe that this is not consensual, so you're just going off your fifis on why it's not consensual. Chat is farming your outrage is not clip chimps in overdrive mode. The beating was hurtful. It was mean. She was crying and you could literally hear the agony in her voice. Not saying it's not consensual, just saying some kinks could be unhealthy. What's it to you? What the do you mean? What the is it to you? You have a parasocial relationship with one of Andrew Tate's like 11 girlfriends now? What the kind of unironic soy I like to get IPAs and I'm a virgin who will defend women across the board even when it means not listening to their voices? Ass is that? Go back and shove a Funko Pop up your ass, you dumb bitch. Twirl your mustache and go have that conversation with all the other fake rapist male feminists in 2014. Jesus Christ, dude. What a psychotic way of thinking, dude. Immediately, I just saw the gauges on that chatter. Immediately. Gauges, undercut, man bun. Nice little belly, wearing a flannel over. Talking about how, you know, some kinks are actually really problematic, as a matter of fact. You. Yeah, worst tattoos you've ever seen. Get the f out of here. How are you going to make this guy look better than you in that situation?
Community based on being toxic. It's the easiest thing in the world. Way easier than being good and being nice.
I'm a very good, nice person.
Surely.
By saying that, I think that men are more capable of driving than women. It does not make me a bad person or a not nice person. That means that if I get a car and it's snowing and it's late at night and it's dark, I'm going to drive. I'm not going to let some 18-year-old chick drive. I'm going to drive because I like staying alive. And let me tell you something.
Funny you bring that up because last time you talked about car accidents or whatever, and then you brought stats. You said that, well, it's because the males doing more accidents because they're young, right? So even if your own example, right, you would actually prefer having a young female driver, not a young male, according to you. That's what you said last time on the podcast. Then it is exactly what you said. I'm using your words against you. You said that, oh yeah, males do more crashes when you're young because they're young and excited, whatever. You said, I wouldn't let a young girl drive my car. Then you would let.
Okay, old girl.
I'm just saying, be consistent about it.
Listen, let me tell you something, my friend. There's a cognitive dissonance. There's some serious damage that the internet's doing to society. I spoke about it on Adin Ross on his podcast.
This is accused of having 4 girls, 1 from U.S. and 3 from Romania, sequestered in one of his villas in Bucharest. But yeah, he has nothing against women. Do I strike you as the type of person who doesn't think Andrew Tate has something against women? I do think that he has a vendetta against women. Okay. Also, Andrew, look at what I'm doing right now. A thing you can never do. Not to flex on you, but not to be ableist, but look at that. Yeah. That. Anyway, I never said he's a good guy. Idiot. Why are you making up? I'm simply stating that one girl, you're going to look like a idiot when you just turn around and say, oh, Andrew Tate is like literally abusing this woman on camera or whatever. When there are a million different instances that you can credibly yell at him over, okay? But you're choosing the one instance where like one of his Tate stands is going to turn around and own you. And you're going to look like a idiot to every other person that's like listening, and you're not going to be able to get your point across.
Podcast. I spoke about how the internet as a whole has changed the world. I'm old enough to see it. And one of the ways it's
I don't believe he can grow his hair, by the way. I know he says he can, and he's not really bald, but
changed the world is when there are certain beliefs, there are certain paradigms which are not allowed to be punctured, certain parameters which are set by the matrix in which you must pretend certain things are true. People ignore the
for people criticizing X for being emotional, your chat is acting weirdly hypocritical. I mean, dude, it'd be really funny if people were like, oh man, xQc is acting emotional and he's getting owned if they're a HasanAbi fan, because I'm the most emotional on the planet. You don't even listen to what he's saying. Bro, shut the up. It's not like he's preaching truth, you idiot. Are you brain dead? They wanted to go there and live, you dumbass. Those girls wanted to live with him. Like, what the lol? You don't even listen to what he's saying. It seems like you're not listening to what I'm saying.
Their own eyes and their own ears because they are afraid of upsetting the matrix. And my point is that a person like you, and I mean this with respect, I'm not here to argue with you, this is a professional debate. A person like you whose entire income, personality, his importance, his ego, everything relies on a Twitch account. If you lose it, you ain't. If you lose it, you ain't.
Bro, your entire ego relies on Hustlers University and your material possessions, where you run around and talk about like having a Bugatti. This eats his toenails on camera and can't even drive the McLaren he bought, and you're over here being like your entire ego revolves around your Twitch account. Like, at that point, you can reduce every single person to one thing, okay? What a ridiculous person. He's also currently relying on Twitch to farm clout. Yeah, exactly. He's relying on xQc to farm some of the dumbasses in his audience, move them away from the crippling addiction of gambling into I don't know, into the wonderful open seas of misogynistic multi-level marketing schemes. He's like taking them away from one dangerous habit to another. A Bugatti habit.
And the problem is that you could be in 10 car crashes driven by 10 different women, and you will still not come here and say women can't drive as well as men because you are.
That's not. Oh my God, dude. Trainwrecks is on the call, brother. Are you dumb? Yeah, dude. Yeah. Speaking out against misogyny is so powerful on the internet, dude. That's why people only People only speak out against misogyny not because they view women as peers, equals, people that they care about, humans, but only to like win brownie points. Is that what the argument is? Is that what this dumb is saying right now? Have you been on the internet, Bugatti boy? Are you insane? Misogyny is like the easiest way to make money, literally.
Are afraid. You are not.
This is so stupid. Fall help. Time to move to Romania.
Unbiased. You are sitting here inside of parameters that you must conform to, or you don't exist. I don't give a. That's the difference between you and me. That's why I say things other people don't.
I don't know what it means. The last part. I mean, you talk about the matrix and the systems or whatever, but the only reason why you're relevant or cool in the real world is because you have money. Talk about the matrix, the currency, and you think you're the top G because of that, and it makes you more important.
True.
Society.
That's good.
I'm not only the.
That's very good. That's very good. Very powerful. And also, straight to the point, Romanian POV.
Top G because I have money. In fact, I think I talked about this with David Ross as well. I talked about how money is an amplifier. Money alone will not make you significant or important. I talked about how money will amplify.
But then why do you flex your Bugatti all the time? Dude, this guy is so inconsistent. xQc is actually wealthier than this, isn't he? Yeah, he is. But that's different.
Was rich. I was the man before I was rich, and then I got rich on top. That's what it's amplified me. That's all it's done. It hasn't changed who I am. There's plenty of people with lots of money who ain't.
Okay, so because of the vehicle of my message is Twitch, it's devalidated.
It's not that it's devalidated at all, my friend. I think that Twitch is a fantastic. And you're meeting lots and lots of people, and I'm here on Twitch as well myself. My point is that you exist inside of parameters. The people who rely on the system will always fight to defend the system. The parameters are set in a way in which you cannot be completely and utterly honest, even if your personal experience tells you so. We don't even have to talk about driving. We can talk about anything. We can talk about the last 3 years where you walked around and didn't see a single.
You're saying Mike dropped on xQc, top G. xQc loses more money daily than he earns by scamming people to buy his course? What? I mean Andrew Tate. Sorry, I not know this guy. Just getting into your life for the past 50 minutes. Doesn't his all persona revolve about money and easy women's being inferiors, even not knowing statistics about car accidents? Sorry to bother. Why does Adin dick ride Tate so hard? Because, what do you mean? Because Andrew Tate has a lot of TikTok clout, and Adin Ross cares about that a lot. Bro, I have like 3 split hairs in one. What the is going on? I don't even know how that's possible. I have split hairs on my split hairs. I think I pull my hair too much.
Person, and you had to pretend that you were supposed to be scared.
Did you debate Tate, or is it pointless? The only reason why I would debate Andrew Tate is because it would be content. That's it. And then people would be crying for years about like how I platform misogyny or some shit. And then all the weirdo debate perverts would come in and be like, you just didn't do a good job. My debate daddy would have done it better. When in fact, the only reason why you think I didn't do a good job is because you think your debate daddy is better.
Inside of your house, because the parameters have told you if you say anything else, you lose your entire life, and your life is online. This is the reality. Not most people are not allowed to say what they think.
Okay, this works both ways though. It's not because you have harsher takes and crazier takes that this doesn't apply to you. I feel like you preach to the choir to incels. Literally, that's like your bread and butter.
Wait, isn't that TOS chat?
So by extent, you try not to go against these opinions because you're gonna lose these people. Like it's just how it is.
So that's an interesting point of view, and we'll go into it in a second. But first things first, I want to clarify, because as I said, I'm a professional, and this is a professional debate. My takes are not harsh or extreme. Every single man, every single sports club, every single football team, every single group of men sitting around having a drink will make a joke about how women can't drive. Every single.
Dude, what is this, like 1937? What the is this? Like every single man makes this point about women can't drive. 1, not true. 2, even if that was the case, that doesn't change the reality that women are, statistically speaking at least, better drivers than men. And the entire point he's making quite literally revolves around, well, other people believe it, so it must be true. It doesn't matter. Okay? It literally does not matter. Okay, well, go back far enough in time and, you know, slavery was the norm, okay? Imagine having an argument with someone who's like, no, well, every single man, you don't understand. Every single man will believe that slavery is all right. That doesn't make it right. You know what I mean? Like, what the Andrew Tate is the worst, crazy following, like he actually, what, does, is scary. Has Andrew Tate ever talked to any big female Twitch streamers? I wonder if he has the balls to do it. What, dude, are you crazy? That would be a disaster. Whoever that woman is will get harassed endlessly, permanently. Literally. He needs to talk to someone who's like jacked. You know what I mean? Because his audience needs to. You can only win debates with hard documented facts. No, you can only win the debates aesthetically. That's it. Literally, the only way you can defeat Andrew Tate, and by defeat I mean like have some people in his audience be like, okay, maybe this guy is not the alpha that I thought he was, is by having someone who also exudes confidence in a similar way, right? And that's it. Someone who's like successful in his own right, but someone who also is like masculine, truly masculine, and not like hyping up this aesthetic masculinity, this aesthetic hyper masculinity in an effort to make himself look a certain way.
So to sit here and pretend I have some extreme view is, it may be extreme on the internet where people are afraid.
I broke internet just like that.
Oh my god, this is getting really good too. Hold on. I'm gonna say
it's my jokes. The jokes I hold them.
Oh damn, you got cut out.
Because of.
Why is Train defending Cobra Tate?
Can you hear me now though? Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So where were we?
I don't remember. It was reiterate because we were talking when you went out there.
I believe before he lagged out, you were giving the example of how before he gave the example that
consent doesn't justify everything. Don't you agree? I can give you lots of examples of oppression with consent from both parties. Bro, is your brain lagging? We already moved on from that, dude. You're not going to be able to like, because we're not having a conversation about consent now. You're trying to debate about like the ethics of BDSM. And I'm not interested in having that with a pervert on the internet, okay? Listen, you're a pervert. You're on the internet. You have an anonymous account on the internet. You're most likely a pervert. I don't care that like that kind of pervertry is not in your realm, or that kind of pervertry is something that you're interested in personally. I'm not going to debate this subjective nature by trying to have a conversation about like ethics, okay? Projecting? You owned me, dude. Yeah, I am a pervert.
That the male accidents that are high are young males, and he gave an example that he wouldn't hop in a car with an 18-year-old chick, and you said that he's countering, or he's being hypocritical and being contradictory to his previous statement that young men cause accidents. The majority of male accidents.
Georgiana?
Is that your maid?
No, it's a masseuse. Georgiana, can you bring my please? I don't know where they are.
Yo.
Right. She's like, why is he talking to me like that? He didn't talk to me like that off camera, bro. What the fuck?
So what were we talking about?
That's bad. Yeah. He definitely apologizes to her. And said,
yo, be real. When the camera goes off, your apology like, yo, I'm sorry, I'm speaking to you that way.
He takes care of her off camera. None of this.
I'm gonna give you a good tip today. I'm sorry.
Dude, that internet lag, that's what could set this skit up for sure.
Wait, who that? Wait, who that?
Yeah, we're down the right. We're down the right. Then.
Yeah, we gotta. Oh, no.
Oh my God, who is that?
Oh, no, never mind. He got no.
At least you admit it. He beat a woman on camera and you defended it tooth and nail. Weird. Bro, there is a concept of as consensual BDSM. Stop giving me, oh God, I hate talking about sex with the most sexless turbo virgins on the planet. There are no more sexless turbo virgins per capita than Twitch chat, okay? Straight up, bro. Why? Why am I having this conversation with you? You will never, okay? There's no reason to have this conversation with you. You are permanently, just move on. Move on. Like, it is completely outside of your scope of comprehension because you're either a rad femcel or you're like a weirdo incel who's like still otherizing women and objectifying them, or at least like making the argument that like women can't be interested in consensual BDSM. Okay? And you can't even have that argument. You can't even have this conversation with someone who like doesn't live in the world with you. Why are you acting like a B to chat? I'm not acting like a bitch to everyone in chat. I'm acting like a bitch to some of the chatters who literally go overboard. They have swerve mentality? Exactly. It's the same argument of like all the psychotic swerves that come in and ruthlessly attack me. And there's plenty of people who also see prostitution as like morally degenerate, completely and feel as though it should be completely illegal. So they get away with like saying some of the most unhinged. I'm not going to have that argument. I'm not even into them. No, my argument is not pure. We need to be real with each other and one day admit that hardcore BDSM enables sociopaths. Bro, I don't care. Okay? I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. Shut the up.
Yo, X, cover your eyes, bro.
Like, do what I do, okay? It's not for me. But I'm not going to stop people from exercising it consensually, okay? It's insane. We're not going to have... Dude, okay, hold on one second. Remember in the beginning of the debate review or whatever I said, every single time debate perverts come in here when the word debate is mentioned, and every single debate in that realm always revolves around like discussing kinks and somehow gets to like child pornography and the ethics of child pornography or whatever. Remember when I said that? That's what all these debate perverts are trying to do. They're trying to whittle away slowly but surely so they can ultimately arrive at like, let's debate child pornography. Don't do that. You're a pervert. I don't want you in this community. I will banish you into the shadow realm. Okay? Stop. You are. That's it. I don't want to hear from you. I'm sorry. It's just the truth. Stop it. You're gross. Like, look. This guy's like consensual killing should be legal if you say so. What the do you mean? What are you, some puritanical Republican? You're like, oh no, we should regulate how people do certain types of acts with one another as long as there's consent. You're just, get help. Seek help immediately. You're literally not. You're not getting the help by being in the chat and trying to debate me. Okay, I know what you're trying to do.
Yes.
Yeah.
So what were we arguing about?
Yo,
Look at this guy, bro. Look at this guy, bro. This nigga swear he cool.
I don't know what the happened just now. I think we're good. That was a very suspicious timing for that. I don't know how that happened, but that was very suspicious.
but Adin messaged me. So obviously she has to do it while I work. That's how it goes.
Okay. Interesting. I don't know what we're arguing about. I don't know. I think we're going off the deep end. Yeah, but I know you said something about the Matrix, and you said that my income depends on me acting a certain way, so I preach the choir type of shit. When I said that I genuinely think that you have your own Matrix in that regard, and you do the same for your views and your things. That's how it is.
Well, I think that different people appeal to different people. That's fine. That wasn't the point I was making at all. The point I was making at all is that you are not allowed to have a controversial opinion. I am. That's the point I was making. The point I was making is that I do not need the internet to be rich or to be significant. So I don't give a f. I've been banned 1,000 times. I'll be banned 1,000 times more. And it doesn't even cross my mind. My point is, respectfully, if you were to conclude through your own personal experiences, if you were to come to a conclusion which you know.
That's what people say about you too when you talk about being anti-racist and inclusive. What do you mean? Least annoying vegan? About me? That I'm a pervert?
The parameters of the Matrix C is controversial, you still wouldn't even say it because it's all risk and no reward for you. That's why I'm saying that for you to sit here and disagree with everything I say, I understand why you're doing it. Okay. I also understand why you will ignore your own eyes, and your own ears, and your own personal experiences. You'll ignore them completely because it doesn't benefit you to talk the truth. You will sit here and you will repeat the new thing, the new speech. You will say what you were supposed to say. That is we all have different.
Oh my God. No.
Man literally just thinks that people are nice because they're afraid to be canceled. Dude, that's literally like 90% of the 90% of the weirdo reactionaries on the internet. That's how they operate. Okay? That like they cannot comprehend a world in which someone would be like, "Hey, I'm a guy, but I'm still going to defend women because I think women are people." Okay? I'm going to crack some jokes every now and then about women. Okay? Some of those jokes might be misogynistic in nature. Okay? Lightly. Right? But ultimately, like, I think that you're being crazy, right? It's just completely outside of their scope of comprehension because they are hyper-individualistic reactionary lords. Okay? They're like, what do you mean? You're virtue signaling. You can't be a decent person. You can't be a decent person towards someone that is not immediately in your in-group. Okay? You can't. Raid Bernie, you won't? Dude, well, shut the f up, dude. Why the f would I raid Bernie right now, you dumb bitch? I wouldn't want Bernie Sanders to get, like, the worst of the worst in here as well. Imagine they get X isn't controversial. Yeah, xQc has... The thing that I have always defended xQc on is the fact that, like, he's said some dumb shit, okay? And he still sometimes says dumb shit. But ultimately, it's obvious that he's like learned from his mistakes in the past and does not repeat a lot of that bad behavior. Okay? And I appreciate that.
Someone's shutting.
No, Andrew's saying that the Matrix, which I agree, does not want him to talk. I agree because like it shut him down all the time.
W translator, Aiden. W translator.
I'm not dick. Somebody's stopping the connection.
You're putting it all in there, bro. Just chill. Chill.
Tell him
stop.
That's what he learned.
Maybe we could talk about another topic.
Yeah. 2018 Overwatch pro players suspended over homophobic slur. 2021. Yeah, you're not sucking, you're riding like a rodeo. Yeah, I've never seen. I mean, this is dick riding to the next level. I have never seen dick riding this hard. Last time I saw someone ride dick this hard on camera, it was Sean Hannity with Donald Trump on the line. Straight up.
And then maybe it's gonna be less controversial and be less Matrixers somehow.
Less.
Well, I don't get it.
I was told that you disagree with everything I say, so I'm just here to.
Yeah, I mean, some of the motivational, whatever, it's like reiterated stuff that you hear on billionaire self-help books or some.
You know they didn't say any gay slurs, right? He just said a gay player to suck it when he said something about the player liking it. Dude, I know, dude. I know what he said. Shut the f up. You don't have to correct the record and defend your juicer in here. Okay?
Which are fine. I think I agree with a lot of them.
To a gay player, he says, suck my dick, but I bet you'd like it. Which is like, you know, kind of homophobic. Which, it doesn't matter. He's not like that anymore, okay? It was a bad thing to say, but ultimately it doesn't matter because he's not like that at all. You grow from your past mistakes, okay?
I'm not gonna dick ride and say that I agree with the rest of them because that's what people do, you know.
He apologized, he moved on, and he grew.
And then people take it as a truth, which is fair.
Well, yeah. I don't try and slip dog shit into my views. My views are my views, and they're based on my personal experiences. And I don't try and slip dog shit in. I don't attempt to do that on purpose. I don't think it's dick riding to agree with everything someone says either. I don't think it's dick riding to agree with people.
Thank you.
The internet's, like I said,
you know, nobody brings this up in his chat. They only bring it up here to make you run D for yourself and him. What do you mean? Oh, the homophobic thing? Yeah, I know.
I'm new to all this space. It's weird. It's a weird place. Like if I were to come along and say I 100% agree with all of the things that X man says, people are going to insult me for that. I'm not saying I agree with every single thing about his being, but the things he says on the internet, I may agree with all of them. What's wrong with that?
Yeah, I see. I also agree with that. I also agree that this new the thing of meta of saying, "Oh, dick right" or whatever, because you generally agree with all the takes. It just so happened to it. People say dick writing. That's stupid. I also agree. Okay, but other than that, though, I just feel like a lot of times, like I said, I agree with some of your good takes, right, about things that are motivational, right? Whenever you just slip in some garbage, right?
He's got some great motivational takes, like. What does he say? Like, I'm a winner because I got winner's mentality, and that's why I'm a winner, no matter what. And that's why I'm successful because I'm successful, and I got a Bugatti.
It happens a lot.
Or inspirational takes such as move to Romania, right? When they call you a rapist, you could just say I like what I like.
Hold on, X, you might have frozen.
DC'd? You think you DC'd?
I can't believe the biggest thing here, honestly, and I mean this in all sincerity, is that a guy with like a fake British accent that, like, you know, jumps from British accent to like American accent over and over again, only when saying certain words, was able to reach this level of prominence on the internet. Like, you should be ashamed of yourselves if you're an Andrew Tate fan. Okay? What do I mean by this? We are going to check out his old rap videos in a bit. Hold on. Enka, be the best. Thank you for the 5 tier 1 gift subs. What do I mean by this? Nothing. I just think that it's a permanent L for all of you, if you do find value in what he has to say.
He thinks he's captain. He thinks Shane's actually captain.
Oh man, you have no idea.
I hope not. I hope not. Like I would respect it very much.
He's not successful because of the internet, brother. The Discord server where you and 130,000 other losers hang out in, where you run defense for all of Andrew Tate's enemies on the internet, is quite literally on the internet. You're defending him on the internet. The multi-level marketing scheme that you are a part of, but you're too stupid to recognize that you're being duped into being a part of, is on the internet. Everything he has done is on the internet. What do you think? He's like using his bare hands to build houses in his spare time? No. He's just, you know, he's scamming motherfuckers on the internet. You don't know me. Yeah, and yet I was able to nail you to a goddamn wall just now, just by judging what the you were saying in the chat. You don't know me is what people say when someone does know them.
I was fucking around trying to man up. I'll do it.
That would change her life, and I would love to see that. That would make me very happy.
Baby. I got it. Set her up. Just make sure it's going to her, not you or anyone else. Please.
Bro, she's giving you great massages. Why don't you change her life, bro? Come on, man.
But do you have any family members or kids or children who understand Bitcoin?
They went from 1 million followers to 2 million after the xQc debate. Wait, where? Where does he have followers? Does he even? I don't even know if he has an account.
Your children have Bitcoin? Nothing.
Bro, if you set her up an account and like cash it out for her and like somehow set up a bank, like I'll send extra just for that. Like if you have an assistant or someone that can do that, I'll happily take. Can you do that?
Yeah, I'll get someone.
Show me his Instagram.
Add me on Discord. Add me on Discord. We'll get this done for her. I'm down.
All right, awesome.
Right, cool.
As for the internet, it's something that's happening on the street because there's people.
If Tate is a loser, what does that make you? Your stepfather, nay, the father that stepped up. I'm the guy f***ing your mom. That's what that makes me. What is it? Cobra Tate. This is his Instagram. He has 2.7 million followers. Oh my god, he's so cringe. Jesus Christ, I'm gonna lose my mind. All right, Cobra Tate is his Instagram. Let's take a look at his social blade. When did this debate take place? Hello, visitor. Adding social blade to your ad block whitelist. God, bro, come on, dude. Come. Wait, I need to. What? Cringe because he's the anti-Hasan. Rewind, you missed a big part. Rewind. I doubt it. Yes, I've seen the video of him beating a girl. He supported a lot of extremely racist far-right guys in the UK. Oh, yeah, I forgot to show that. Here, you want to know what Cobra Tate is like, by the way? He's already a media personality that had a failing media personality career already. Many times over. He's a failed kickboxer. Got pushed in a bunch of times, maybe too many times, okay? And now he tried doing the dumb Big Brother on the internet. I mean, not on the internet, on TV. And now he found the most lucrative scam of all, finding dumb losers on the internet who are distanced from any other human being, are desperately looking for like a father figure or like a cool older brother. And apparently he's made some garbage music as well. The wildest thing about this guy becoming a lifestyle guru is that very few people know about him being a member of the far right. He was literally friends with Tommy Robinson, Nigel Farage, and other fascists, yet he's widely praised by people who can't do basic research. One day, without actually knocking at the door, Andrew Tate appeared at the Stunchberry house in a very expensive and very fast car. Who he? Tate is a kickboxing champion and one-time occupant of the Big Brother house. Although here a problem entered. He was ejected from said house, and it seems not for the reasons he gave afterwards. Andrew Tate, an ardent Tommy Robinson supporter, has been harassing Mike Stutchberry ever since Jamal's lawyer delivered court papers at Tommy Robinson's residence in Silso. Just a reminder that Jamal is suing Robinson for defamation. He's been turning up at my house again, taking pictures and driving off. It's wild because he hasn't rung the doorbell. We got a camera over the door. It picks up anyone approaching. He just rocks up, takes a picture, and drives off. Sad. That's awesome. Getting news from Facebook posts. Brother, this is literally his account.
ISIS are the real Muslims because ISIS do exactly what the book says. Kill everyone who's not a Muslim and chop people's heads off and set them on fire and be raging lunatics. But all the other Muslims go, they're not real Muslim because I read the book and ignore those parts. Well, then you're not Muslim because you're ignoring the book.
Oh damn! This is gonna play well with this chat for sure. A lot. That's an r/atheism take right there.
ISIS do exactly what the book says. Kill everyone who's not.
This is the crossover appeal that he has with like the Sam Harris heads. You know what I mean? I mean, this is literally every religion, which of course, ultimately, you can arrive at the truth and realize that, like, no, it's a matter of interpretation, and you can take the good parts and not the bad. IG last 14 days, between the 14th and today, he gained another 500K. Are you serious? So he did benefit tremendously from... This is how Greek makes his TikToks now. No joke. He now says he's pro-religion and that Islam is the best one. Huh. He praises Islam regularly. I wonder why. Bro, why do you think Jordan Peterson does the same now? They're all grifters, dude. They're all grifters, homie. They are all grifters. That's how it works. When alt-right is popping off, you say alt-right, okay? You just straight up say, like, oh, man, you know, ISIS is the real Muslims. That's how real Muslims are. When alt-right shit's not popping off as much, you got to subtly red pill people, okay?
People out in the street complaining, so it's the whole street, the internet.
Yo, just for the record,
gotcha,
I can't add you. You don't accept friend requests. Just add me, and then I'll accept you.
Cool.
And we'll get this done.
Cool. I'm gonna lose my masseuse, but it's fine.
Nah, she won't leave you.
Defending
if anything,
Tate live.
this is the opportunity given, right? You brought her on the platform, and I
Bro,
gave
who's
her
this
100.
fucking rando, dude? I don't give a shit about this random person. Why are you giving some random dickhead more clout defending Tate live? Like, who cares?
But I don't have a clue how to add people as friends, bro. I'm an old man.
You see that big ass nose right there? That big ass nose picture? Just click that right there. Right click it. Go to profile and then go to send friend request.
The one that says train wreck. Right click on.
Bro, I have a question. here.
Right.
Bro, how did you start and how did you make money?
Yeah, he's. Oh, okay.
Nice, good.
Yeah, how'd you become the richest man on the planet? Trillionaire or something?
Trillionaire.
Yeah, how'd that happen?
So I was a kickboxer for a long time. I was
Nice
fighting for money. There's not that much money in kickboxing, and then my first serious entrepreneurial. I mean, I ran lots of businesses, did this, did that. Some things.
Like what?
You can't. Everything, man. I had a normal job for a while when I was kickboxing, and I did some different things, and I did some things I shouldn't have done, and blah blah blah, and was in jail for a little while, and got out, and then I opened up a webcam company. I had girls sitting on the internet talking to men, and I ended up scaling that up to having 75 women working for me. That's how I first made millions of dollars.
Porn website.
Damn, what the?
You don't know this story? This is like my most known story online.
You never told it to me.
It's a really long story, and I've told it. I've told it very well.
That seems like not an internet guy, by the way, bro. This guy's like literally a digital pimp. Like, and knowing what we now know about the way he thinks about women, holy shit. It's just like. Meanwhile, was on a stream for 2 hours earlier that day and didn't talk about it. He's nothing without women, and he has the audacity. Well, bro, he's literally a exploiting ass manager, dude. That's what he is. And obviously, it's a lot easier to exploit your work base or your workers if you don't see them as human beings. So misogyny in that circumstance is like, you know, helping him. Okay. Sounds like he ran a cam girl dungeon with 75 girls. Yeah, I think that's probably what's going on. He's so Sigma, you're mad because you don't drive a Bugatti. I know. And the only way I can drive a Bugatti eventually in the future is if I run the top of the hour ad breaks at the top of every hour and tell you that you can avoid those ads by subscribing. Okay? You can subscribe for $5, £5, right? Or for free. Says you see Chad as little money pockets helping you rise, tracking this clout. What a shame. What? Yeah, that's what I see chat as, little money pockets. This is the same guy that said, why are you acting like a bee to chat? If I see chat as little money pockets, why am I being a bitch to chat? Rather than, I don't know, instead of calling them out, why don't I just like ride the chat? Thank you, less than G over the 5, get the subs. You know, if I wanted to farm chat, maybe I would just be nicer. And acting like a B tier Pepela. Oh no, I'm so angry. I can't believe you said that, man. That's so oh. Kazu Incubus. Kazu the Incubus, thank you for the 5. The Jin, thank you for the 5. Give the subs. Here's the 1 minute ad break now. Farming me? Yeah, I'm farming you pretty hard right now.
Well, on some other podcasts, but the short version of it was I got in some debt to some dangerous men and I needed money fast. And I was sitting in my room trying to work out a way to make money because at the time I was only fighting and I didn't have a fight coming up for a while. And I was researching how money works. Like I was trying to understand how
he was doing his own research. He was doing his own research. Hasan, the Fresh and Fit guys are asking to debate you. Yeah, I mean, I'm down to debate them. I've already said it. They like logical understanding. Most of them. Hasan, stop wasting time reacting to these 3 hits and focus on the content. It would be more entertaining. You're not even reacting to the video. You're more focused on what the chat tells you. Oh, that's what's fun for me.
Money works. Where
sometimes the content gets boring.
The Federal Reserve and fractional reserve banking and all these things. So, interesting point he made earlier about the matrix and its currency and how it's all a lie. I understand all that very well, but that really made me mad because now I understand money's and I still don't have any, and I was really upset. And I was sitting there with a piece of paper trying to write down my assets and my liabilities and trying to write down all the geek they tell you. And for assets, I wrote down that obviously, I'm strong, but I'm already fighting. I'm brave, but I'm already fighting. I had all these girlfriends.
What?
But I thought
when he was writing his assets and liabilities, he meant like not like capital. He thought, is he joking? What?
Well, I can't afford to open a strip club. I'm not going to put them out on the track. I'm not that kind of guy. They're my girls. And then I discovered by accident when I was clicking around on these websites, I saw those things in the corner, talk to live girls now. And I thought, well, my girls could do that. And long story short, I ended up with 75 women and 4 premises and making $1.4 million a month. And that's how it all started. That was about 10 years ago.
I'm going to pee. I'll be back.
Holy that's the story. Yeah, there's an in-depth version of it, but that's the story. And people listen to that and they seem to think that for some reason I was exploitative, but it's absolutely the opposite. I'm a feminist, bro. I empower women to make as much money as they want to make, and I help them do it. I'm here and
as long as it's for you.
But
right?
It's for them. Pimp. He was a pimp.
Hold on. So look, X. This is what I wanted to actually ask the question because I know it was a question that you had. Hold on. Andrew, the one of the takes that you made on my stream about that you should take 100% of your girls' OnlyFans. I know X, you felt the type of way about that. Andrew, that's still.
I mean, they said that you were joking 100% and you weren't joking. So I assumed that you were joking, but I still hold this take that you weren't.
Well, it depends, right? So if it's a girl who were to come to me and say, Andrew, I would like you to help me make money on OnlyFans, and they would come to me for my marketing expertise, then of course it would be a fair deviation. I make 20%, 30%, whatever. That's different. But if it's my girlfriend, my long-term partner, and we're going to be together forever, and she decides to go down that particular career path, I think I should have a much larger stake because she is my girl, and she is now giving away some of the most private and intimate parts of her body to the internet. Those parts of her body belong to me effectively because she's my woman. That's the whole point of being with somebody. So to pretend she's going to do that and make a bunch of money and give me nothing I find that.
Bro, listen, sex work is already a complicated subject, okay? And there's a lot of awful things that happen in this industry. So a dude to not even be careful with what he's saying and straight up be like, no, I'm pimping these women out. They're my subjects. They are, I own them. I exploit them. Saying all this over and over again is wild to me. Okay? Actually wild. He's just like very brazenly, very, very brazenly being like, yeah, no, I own these women. They're my property. Incredible.
Disrespectful. I would sooner tell her, look, you're not doing OnlyFans, and she would obviously.
So I called it then that you weren't actually joking. He was like,
I mean, he's already admitted why he's in Romania. For those of you who are wondering why Andrew Tate is in Romania, here. Like, where the f is that video? Does anyone have it? I mean, he openly admits. Debate X, Andrew and Adin. He's trying to say that it's because the West has collapsed now, which I guess kind of fits the narrative. No.
an actual true statement, right?
Yeah, if I had a serious long-term girlfriend and me and her are together and we're going to be together forever, and she says I'm desperate to do OnlyFans, I say you don't need to. We're rich. She goes, no, I really want to. I say, okay, the money's mine then.
We can disintegrate. We can dismantle these statements into one at a like small rocks. We can approach them one at a time, right? Because there's a lot that respectfully, okay. I think there's a lot of parts of that are garbage, right? But I don't want to say something at the whole rock, and we have to do small rock pebble at a time, you know, right? So also this laugh over here. You see it next to me, Los Polos. He's laughing, but he said you were trolling, so you were joking 100%. He's holding his tongue right now because maybe he's gonna be right. But he said you were wrong 100% about this, and so wrong that you were joking. So I don't know why he's holding his tongue right now.
What did I do?
It's a very particular scenario, right? You have to understand that the scenario in which I would take 100% is a very, very particular one. In general, when I had my business, and I know you're saying that they only made money for me. They made money for themselves. I turned girls. I would actually sit here and say, as the biggest misogynist on this panel, I've turned more girls into multimillionaires than any of you. I've made girls.
Oh, here it is. Here. Let's hear from the man himself. Why Andrew Tate moved to Romania.
This is probably 40% of the reason I moved to Romania, because in Eastern Europe, none of this garbage flies. If you're going to go to the police and say he be back in 1988, they're going to say we should have done something about it then. If you go to the police and say yesterday, say, okay, if you've got physical evidence, or is there CCTV proof? Where'd it happen? Okay, let's go interview him right now. And if it wasn't really right, I'd say, we went to the club, we got drunk, she agreed to go back to my house, we started having sex, and then we carried on having sex, and then we had sex, and she didn't say anything wrong, and then she texted me afterwards, and I didn't text back, and now she's saying I her. The police would be like, okay, she's an idiot, bye. But no, not in the West. In the West, you can tell them that exact story. You're in the West. When people say, why did you live in Romania? And I explain my 5 reasons. One of them is the Me Too era. They go, oh, well, you're a rapist. I say, no, I'm not a rapist.
Dude, what the dude? I mean, straight up, dude, he's literally.
Come to you.
Oh, well, you're a rapist. I say, no, I'm not a rapist. But I like the idea of being able to just say to do what I want. I like being free.
I'm going to run that little clip again. Hold on.
They go, oh, well, you're a rapist. I say, no, I'm not a rapist. But I like the idea of being able. They go, oh, well, you're a rapist. I say, no, I'm not a rapist. But I like the idea of being able to just say to do what I want. I like being free. And if you're
bro, it's like the walking, talking equivalent of like my not a rapist but shirt is my not a rapist shirt is really just bringing up a lot more questions than it answers. The shirt itself is answering the questions. Why are you guys asking that? It's like, bro, why did he say any of this? Like, he literally did not need to say any of this, okay? I mean, he is not wrong. The girl in the video just needed to say he beat her and he would have problems. No, please be gentle. I am clueless. What are you talking about?
You're a man living in England or Germany or America or any of the Western world right now. You've decided to live in a country where any woman, any ex, any bitch who works at Greg's who you bought a pasty from, at some point in the future can destroy your life. This Me Too era has not protected women. It's just destroyed this.
Let's hear what he has to say on.
If I walked down the street and was attacked by a purple man, and then I walked down the street 2 months later and was attacked by a purple man, When I next walk past a purple man, I will be intimidated by said purple man. That's not racism, that's pattern recognition. That's the reason that humans don't try and hug lions.
Bro, he just straight up, what the
Because we learned a long time ago to recognize patterns.
182,000 likes. Bro, this is... Yo, I thought he was black. Yeah, that's... Brother, first of all... Oh my God.
Hey, did you see Steve? He tried to hug a lion. He ain't got a head anymore. Maybe I should try. Don't be racist, right? So this is pattern recognition. If I walk...
Okay, maybe he's not half black. Okay, that's really terrible, dude. I mean, that's just straight up the tautology that justifies racism. Like, he's just describing, he said purple instead of black, but we know what he's trying to say. Don't act like you don't understand what he's trying to say. He's and also the irony, of course, is that like black people are not walking down the street and like attacking you, and comparing them to an animal is, again, completely psychotic. He's xenophobic too, bro. Isn't he a immigrant? Like, what the?
Are 99% native populations. There's much lower violent crime. In Romania, I was in a taxi when I first moved there, and there's 2 girls walking about 3 o'clock in the morning. I said, you don't see that in London. You don't see girls walking around at night. And he said to me, oh, but I'm Romanian. Romanians don't hurt Romanians. When have you ever heard that in America? In all these countries are 99%.
Brother, you're the dangerous immigrant that literally moved to Romania because you said in Romania they let rapists get off the hook. What are you saying right now? Like, not only is the argument that you're making xenophobic, but like in the one specific instance, it kind of fits for you. He did not say that. What do you mean he did not say that?
Native populations, there's much lower violent crime. In Romania, I was in a taxi.
He literally just said why Romania is safer than America at Tate Wisdom. It's because populations without immigrants take care of each other. What do you mean he said he didn't say that?
2 girls walking about 3 o'clock in the morning. I said, you don't see that in London. You don't see girls walking around at night. And he said to me, oh, but I'm Romanian. Romanians don't hurt Romanians. When have you ever heard that in America? In all these countries are not.
The purple guy video you saw is cut it off before he said something. Oh man, I wonder what else he said.
99%.
We were sending a lot of traffic to this guy's way. Yeah, dude, you know me. I'm like, when I look at all the horrendous xenophobic, racist, misogynistic shit that he's saying, I'm telling my leftist audience, yeah, this guy is good, and you should go and follow his stuff. That's what I'm saying. I love this guy, as you can tell. I'm so I'm clearly in agreement with all the things that he's saying. I'm giving him a glowing review. Thank you, Black Duke 13. I know that's not what you're saying. Okay, well then, what's up? All right.
Dave, freedom to me is like being...
What is freedom to you, Dave?
Freedom to me is like being able to do whatever you want.
Do you think you can do whatever you want in America?
No.
I live in Romania, right? Romania is not a free country, technically.
You seem jealous of his clout? Brother, I'm like the 3rd most watched Twitch channel right now on the platform. Like, I think I'm doing pretty well, okay? And I don't have to, like, exploit women to do that. I didn't have to, like, escape to Romania to do that. I don't have to rely on a Discord server full of weirdo freaks that I'm, like, milking for $50 a month in my multi-level marketing scheme to do that. I'm pretty nice with it. I'm gonna be honest. Why are the Andrew Tate dick riders here? Like, this is not a safe space for you. They go everywhere. It's probably posted in the Discord. In his Discord, there's a server specifically dedicated to Andrew Tate hate. So whenever whenever someone is like attacking Andrew Tate anywhere, the weirdos are alerted. Right here. Hold tight, hoogies. Another brokey popping up. Let's flood the comments with good need about HU. Let them know our power. The dark side of TikTok's biggest guru. No, he like straight up. Hustle University G's. He literally he does like Discord brigades. That's why they're in here right now. That's why the tater tots are in here. So for all the tater tots that are in here right now, listen, brother. I'm not gonna serve you some fake alpha male, okay? Do you? Do you? Okay? But right now, you're trying to transfer the bag that you got handed to by a friend of yours in a multi-level marketing scheme over to some other people. You can escape. You don't have to do that. Shouldn't that kick him off the platform? Isn't that exactly his Twitch brigading? No, it's not on Twitch. This is Discord. How Andrew Tate's cock tastes? Are you asking that to the Hustlers University G's? Best they could get you to is 37K. Pretty pathetic of them. I mean, Tater Tots need to hear more than anyone that those guys can be a 7. Oh, yeah. But you ain't going to be a 7. Every man can be a 7. Every guy is a 7. But let me tell you how you're not going to be a 7. By doing this like bit connection for some misogynistic clown who has served you up an idea. He's just like, he's literally better looking Ty Lopez, okay? He's just bald Ty Lopez. But still in better shape. That's it. Tater Tots love getting salty. Just keep coming. They can't get enough. I'm a fan of Tate, and I don't like how you're talking about him. I'll have you know he hardly even anymore. Oh, my God. Anyway.
Do you think I could get away with God? What is freedom to you, Dave?
Freedom to me, it's like being able to do whatever you want.
Do you think you can do whatever you want in America?
No.
I live in Romania, right? Romania is not a free country, technically. Do you think I could get away with doing more here than I could do in America? If I were to get my shear on and drive at 200 miles an hour down the high street in the middle of the city, do you think I get in more trouble here or more trouble in America?
Probably.
Bro, this is so funny talking about how men are better drivers than women, and then he's talking about how he drives 200 miles an hour down the street. Bro, what do you mean? You literally just owned your own self.
In America, but it does depend who you are. There's plenty of people who have gotten away with things in America. It's like, how the f did they get away with that?
Correct. So this is the exact point. Every single system, all of them are corrupt. The judicial system's corrupt. The medical system is corrupt. The financial system's corrupt. It's all corrupt. It's all a matter of who you are. Now, in America, the game is limited to ultra billionaires who control the government, as you've said. In other countries,
bro, he's literally just a libertarian. This is how the average libertarian that moves down to Costa Rica thinks. He's unironically, dude, this is so funny because, like, look, you're not like a weirdo like I am that's been in like political spaces for a very long time on the internet, okay? So you're unaware, like you think that these are new ideas. If you're like a fan of Andrew Tate, you're like, oh my God, what a new idea. No, dog, this is like the oldest idea. Every libertarian that moves down to like a South American country does it specifically for this reason. He's literally describing that like he's not a billionaire, but he wants to live like a billionaire. He's like, yeah, you can do that on a budget. He's literally saying you can do that on a budget in Romania. You can do that on a budget in in you know, South American countries and least alpha shit I've ever heard of to argue for some dumbass in such an organized manner. If y'all were alphas, you'd have your own Discord. You wouldn't be doing the bidding of some other dumbass.
Anyone with money and some basic social skills and some nice friends can play the game. If we're going to accept that every single system on the planet is corrupt, why would you live in a place where you cannot access the corruption? Does that make sense logically? Or would you rather live in a system where you can say, you know what, I am important.
He's one of those people who thinks he has great new ideas 200 years after people start thinking them.
Said society that if the police stop me, I can give them $10 and no off. Why would you allow yourself to live in a society where you know others get to be corrupt and you can't?
I mean, you're basically saying you're like country agnostic.
Countries aren't even real anymore. The whole idea of a nation state has fallen. The whole idea of being American is a false paradigm. The whole idea of being Canadian is false.
He's literally just an ANCAP.
Damn. Do you like having going to sleep knowing there's 20 armed guards?
I sleep better.
Yeah. All right. So
makes sense.
Yeah, no, countries are, I mean, we should abolish the concept of nation states. I do agree with that, but not for the reasons he wants to, I'm pretty sure.
Multi-millionaires. This is 10 years ago at the beginning of all this, before OnlyFans, when webcamming was new.
No, that's literally the first take of his, I understand. If you want to be corrupt, go to a place that's easier to be corrupt. It's a take, but it's the first one that's at least logical. Yeah. No, I'm not saying he never has logical takes or logically consistent takes. I'm simply stating that even when he has logically consistent takes, they're bad. Like, he's looking not a good person. Have you seen what got him banned off Twitter? He doxed the guy in their mid-20s plus his parents because he was challenged to a fight on Twitter. What the
I took girls from Starbucks and made them millions and millions and millions of dollars and paid them fairly, never missed a single paycheck.
Okay.
I'm as feminist as you can get. Now, yeah, I got
like I said, I don't. Okay, no disrespect once again. Okay, I just feel like this is like the type of argument that goes like, I have 3 friends that are black when making certain comments or whatever. So I don't.
xQc in the right realm of ideas here. He's right. Good take. Okay. Good take. Also, this is like the annoying type of like girl boss liberal feminism that Andrew Tate is preaching here. Like, I'm making women millions of dollars.
Unfortunately, don't get mad at me. Don't get mad at me.
I don't get mad at you.
Okay. Well, respectfully, I think that is genuinely the same vibe, energy comment.
It's just like, what sucks about this is that like OnlyFans is actually pretty good for women that can. For people that want to do sex work in a safe manner, in like the least exploitative manner, right? But unfortunately, it quite literally has turned into a system of like exploitation once again, where creepy exactly like this dude set up like bot farms and like will connect with like a chat bot farm, you know what I mean? And manage the conversations that women are having and do the mass blast chats that all the OnlyFans girls have. And because the OnlyFans girls don't want to deal with like all the creepy that's in their messages, and because that's how OnlyFans works, through messages, right? And I'm speaking from personal experience. Like, I know a bunch of girls on OnlyFans that personally didn't want to, like, that personally were like, I don't want to deal with this anymore. I don't want to actually talk to these people. So I just decided to go with like one of these agencies. And all these agencies are so exploitative. OnlyFans already takes like what, 30% of the cut or something? Ultimately, they're only making 50% of the revenue that they're generating. And yeah, OnlyFans takes 20% of all income, and then Andrew wants to take 20 to 30% of income on top of that. Yeah. So they basically, aren't they still millionaires? No, they're not. The management, like the OnlyFans management for the most part, is really, really up. They're not doing shit. All they're doing is like connecting OnlyFans accounts and building a fat roster, connecting OnlyFans accounts and getting those girls on those OnlyFans accounts to like sometimes collaborate with one another. So you see a big boost in the first month that you join on one of these, like agencies, right? And you're really excited. You're like, oh my God, I made 18 grand. I generated 18 grand of like gross revenue this month. Okay, you're not getting the 18 grand. You're only getting, and this is of course pre-tax. You're only getting 9 grand, right? Because they took 30%. OnlyFans took 10% of that. Then the next month you're not making that because they're no longer pumping your shit up. You're already an asset that they own. They're just gonna steadily keep making. Rice Gum in my DMs begging me to make an OnlyFans so we can take 30%. Rice Gum does this shit too, really? Little Liana? That's not surprising. There you go. Do you know the percent of girls using the agencies? Like when you talk to her, how do you know it's actually her or not? Sidewinder is back, dude. What's up? Is Moon not live right now? Guys, this is a Moon chatter, okay? He's joking. Don't blast him like that. Let the man. It's Wednesday. Oh, Moon's not live on Wednesdays? What a weird time to not go live. Your memory of chatters' names is nuts. Yeah, I'm a freak, dude. Literally. I have lost so many formative memories because I know Sidewinder and like as a famous troll in Moon's chat. Like how nasty is that? Why do I know that? I should not know that. No human being should know that. It's really up. That's why you write that down for yourself. No, I don't write any of that. Lyric brought in the Thursday day off. Now many streamers do that.
Right? Oh, I can't be against women because I helped 4 or 5 of them. Oh, no, I'm not against women because I made a couple of them millionaire or whatever. Right?
It's not about being against women. I'm saying that the whole was a net positive for both me and the females. So you misunderstood my point. You think I'm making a different point, and that's why you've come to that conclusion. The point I'm making is that everybody who worked for me won. The only person who lost was the guy sending his money away online. That's fine. But for everyone who was associated with me, both me, it wasn't exploitative because you made it sound like I only did it for me. No, the women who worked for me also made millions of dollars. Everybody who was associated won. Everyone won. All of them.
Yeah, for business activities or whatever. Yeah, that's fine. I don't think I wasn't talking about that at all. All I meant was okay. Let's just skip this tangent we're on. Let's just go back to the main argument you said. So I have more of a stake. So you think that in a relationship you have a certain stake on your partner's income based on what that income comes from.
Well, it depends. Yeah, depending on how they make it. Absolutely. I think
people don't know about the sex trafficking thing. Oh, for the record, really wish the rap fans were here. You're talking about exploitation and sex work because they always just say you love trafficking. It's so annoying. Yeah, those people are freaks. I'm never gonna be able to. Dude. They also say they care about sex workers, but they don't. They literally want to murder sex workers, like, or at least create an environment where people feel comfortable murdering sex workers because sex workers have no agency and also no means of like defending themselves. Okay, so those guys are freaks. Now, having said that, though, Radfems do not operate in good faith. They're freaks, dude. But one thing I have to also mention here that goes that I haven't even mentioned yet is the fact that this doesn't even factor in the sex trafficking. Okay, what I'm talking about is just like grooming. What I'm talking about is, well, grooming can be a form of sex trafficking as well, but like what I'm talking about in this circumstance is actually the basic exploitative side of sex work, of like trying to get people to like continue doing sex work. And once you do sex work, it's like hard to get out of it because unfortunately there's no way to move out of that. Male leftists are such a joke. What? There is, oh my God, does he have a ruin rubbing his back? Male leftists are such a joke. Wait, what are you talking about? Why? Because I'm like pro sex work? Is that what it is? Him literally taking passports and forcing sex work. Yeah, there's that aspect of sex work that is like it's straight up sex trafficking. I don't think you think Tate is a leftist, I hope.
in a relationship with a woman, if the man is with that woman, the main reason he knows he's with her is the fact that she is exclusive to him. If you're with a woman and she's everyone, are you even with her? No. How do you know she's even yours? Because she only sleeps with you, right? Well, if all of her intimate parts are now for everybody and they're purchasable, then I think you have a stake in said parts because those parts belong to you. She gives them to you when she decides to be human.
So
what the bro, that is psychotic, dude. What? Bro, this is, you can't have this opinion if you don't think, you can't have this opinion if you think women are like human beings. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, you just straight up don't think women are human beings. You just think that they're objects, right?
So there's a price that you're basing your tax.
Male sex workers don't exist. Yeah, I know. They always, Radfems always act like that.
Taxing your loss of privacy.
That's a way you could put it. I mean, personally, if my woman were to come to me and say she wanted to do OnlyFans, I'd just say no because I'm not.
Okay, then.
But example.
Okay, yeah, I mean, respectfully, like,
sex workers wage labor, but selling your consent because you need money. Yes, that's why sex workers often talk about enthusiastic consent and just regular consent. Okay, you can like your job, you can kind of like your job, or you can hate your job. There's varying degrees of enthusiastic consent and just regular consent, something that sex workers talk about regularly. Okay? All matter of wage labor is selling your body, for the record. It's just that sex workers are selling sex, and that's what messes you up. And all work is technically economically coerced as well. That's the difference. The difference between work and sex work is the sex part. You just don't like that the sex part is commoditized. Okay? Yo, Cats, Hasan is right for stalling. He'll never play the cat game. Wait, isn't this the one who was spamming play the cat game all day? Haha, looks like no cat game for you cat lovers today. Hasan really said, cats, no cat game today, and he's right. Cats. Okay, chatter? No. You're right about the no cat game today, unfortunately, but cat game will happen tomorrow. Wait, if he made money selling dick pics, his girlfriend would get the money then? He actually responded to that once and just said no because he's a man. Okay, well, he's just a... No, I have a dinner to attend, chat. That's why.
Let's try to upscale that discussion and see what kind of stake would you need for your girl to suck another guy's dick?
I would never tolerate that on any level. So that's too far. But
well, I mean, there's a price for the pictures and the loss of intimacy.
Correct.
For me, it's a black and white thing.
Chat, for $1 million,
once you lose a certain amount, you can lose more of it.
Would you let your girl suck a dick?
I understand what you're saying,
yes or no?
but to me, it's not black. Because pixelated pictures on the internet are very different than sucking an actual dick. So I would never let my girls be prostitutes. None of the girls who ever worked for me ever prostituted. I've never associated with a prostitute. I don't associate with porn stars. None of that kind of shit. But I had very wholesome girls with pictures of their titties on the
Dude, I don't understand. Like, why is he... Bro, dog, you're literally a digital pimp. Talks about, like... I don't understand. Like, you're literally a digital pimp. What do you mean? Like, I would... None of my girls would ever do porn. Like, they're doing porn. They're doing porn, and you're kind of, like, you're making money off them doing porn. I don't understand. What the fuck? He means his girlfriend? No, but now he's talking about none of his girls would ever do prostitution. First of all, a lot of sex workers also engage in that as well. I just don't know why he's like drawing a distinction there.
The internet 10 years ago who made themselves millionaires. Yes. And now they are happily married with somebody or whatever. Or some of them are still with me. It doesn't matter. But I was never like getting girls to prostitute or hardcore pimping along that line. I use the word pimp because I had a lot of women who worked for me and they were all beautiful and it sounds cool. But truthfully, I don't even really see myself in that regard. I think I'm less of a pimp than most corporations. Like the girls who work for me 50%. You don't get 50% at the cash register when you work at McDonald's.
Okay, they can also, people can be pimps and companies can be pimps to a certain level.
Dog, the capital is theirs though. Like, yo, homie is literally like, I'm not a pimp. I'm a sex lord, okay? He literally is like, he's literally just being, dude, what the dog, without your workers, McDonald's makes no money regardless, right? There is no value without labor. But in this circumstance, the capital itself is quite literally the ladies, okay? I need to understand the passport taking side of this.
Right, which has anything to do with you being a certain level of a pimp. I think if your girl is doing something, an activity of her own will, I feel like taxing her that's being a pimp.
But he's like, I'm a sex feudal lord, by the way.
You are pimping at the wazoo. Yeah, you are pimping.
I understand, and maybe you've never had the kind of relationships I've had with my women, but any woman I'm with decides to, by her own free will, submit to me because she sees me as her intellectual superior. She sees me as her life superior. She looks up to me and she respects me, and she sees me as and for that reason, if she were to come along and say, do OnlyFans, and I said no, she wouldn't do it. But if she insisted on doing it, I would sit here and say, look, I'm unhappy with you doing this, making a bunch of money off of parts which are supposed to be intimate only for me. If this is going to happen, I need to have some kind of compensation for my unhappiness. Yes.
Doesn't that literally make it worse? Like, that's not very alpha, my guy. I'm just saying, like, that's not really alpha at all, as a matter of fact. That's like the most beta possible. You're literally saying like, oh, I'm so insecure. I don't want anyone else to see your. It's for me, but also if you give me some money, maybe I'll be all right with it. That's literally worse than just being like, yeah, no, put that out there, okay? I am so on board. Put that out there, make some money, you know, we'll buy a new car. Yeah. You're literally like, I don't want to do this, but if you pay me, if you can bribe me with all the monies you make, it's great. Like, you're literally, you're a beta boy, dude. Just, here's the solution, by the way. Okay, here's the solution. If you were like a normal human being who, I don't know, saw women as not objects of desire to be exploited, not cattle that you can, you know, trap in your dungeon for your sex work farm or whatever, but instead, if you saw them as like full human beings, which you are in a relationship with, that you agree with or disagree with from time to time and have mutual respect for, you could have this conversation, right? Like, you could literally have this conversation. If you weren't such an insecure wreck, you could quite literally have this conversation with your significant other and, I don't know, come to an agreement. Says you with your editors. Oh, you guys got me.
And she would understand and she would pay me. But this is not a scenario I need to be involved in. This is just a hypothetical, right? But all the girls who worked for me, they were not romantically involved. They were girls who decided to make a bunch of money and they came to the best of the business, which was me.
So you would be okay with then paying them for their discomfort in other areas then? That'd be something that you're open to?
Sure. I mean, that's an interesting way to look at it. I mean, I think that all men do naturally anyway, right? Let's. I understand your point you're making, so let's extrapolate on it. You're saying that if I do something that they're unhappy with, I should give them money. Well, the point is, I think that all high value men do that naturally anyway. If you take a billionaire on a boat, naturally,
it's kind of indirect of a term. It naturally is more indirect and more like intended, right? Since for you it's transactional and intentional. Then in this example, you have to use the same framework for that example. Same framework as being agreed upon. So let's say I don't want to be too gross right now. You're with a girl and you want to do something. You're okay with the thing of saying, okay.
I don't get why anyone thinks this dude's a high value male, whatever the fuck it is. Just like alpha male, dude. Okay. HasanAbi broadcast rule. If you use the term alpha male, you are not one. Okay. Whatever the you think the term alpha male implies, newsflash, you are not him, okay? Same goes for high value male. You say something like, oh, I'm a high value male. You are not a high value male, okay?
Well, I mean, I kind of want to do that. I'll give you 10K.
I understand what you're saying. I don't think it works exactly that way, but I think that all men, especially high-value men, are already in a transactional relationship to some regard, and that's not a bad thing. That's natural human nature. And the point I'm trying to make is that if you're a truly high-state...
Dude, it's natural human nature and common sense are like trigger words. It's literally the same dumb shit that people say, like, I did my own research. When I hear that shit, I lose my mind, brother. Like, no, there's no common sense. You can't just, like, back into a argument by being like, oh, this is just common sense. You have no common sense. You're literally like, you said you're dodging charges in Romania. What do you mean common sense? We are not living on the same planet if you think that you have common sense here. Literally, like, if I have a girlfriend, I'm so insecure, she'll have to bribe me with 100% of the revenue she generates if she does OnlyFans. So where's the common sense, dude? You are not common nor have any sense.
Male, truly, if you're a billionaire with a yacht and you have 10 girls on that boat, the woman who's in love with you is going to let you 9 other women in front of her because she gets to be on a billionaire's yacht. She gets to go to private islands. She gets to not have to work. She gets to run around on jet skis and take Instagram pictures. So to some degree, are you not paying her for her compliance? To some degree, are you not rewarding her for her being in a situation that she's not?
Bro, I can't speak for billionaires and shit, but like, it's so sad to see the world in like such a transactional way, dude. I don't know. Maybe I'm just built differently, okay? Wait, what the?
They sent like the big man squad, like the crazy man.
Yeah.
All the officers were like 6'.
Wait, what?
Crazy man.
Yeah.
All the officers were like 6'6".
Yeah.
The big boys came.
Damn. They sent all the niggas to get you.
Yeah, they sent the big boys. And I'm standing there like, okay. So I was like, who are you? And they're like, you're under arrest for a suspicion of assault of this dumb hoe. And I'm like,
wait, this is dumb hoe?
They didn't, but I'm going to protect her anonymity because I'm a nice guy. Dumb hoe. So I was like, I didn't touch that dumb hoe.
Yeah.
And the police were like, well, look, you don't talk to us. We just have to bring you in, talk to the investigator. So I went to the investigator. They kept me in a cell for a day and a half. They sent officers to raid my house, took all my electronics, took all my phones, all my laptops, went through my entire personal life, found 11 new things to raise charges against me for. It's unrelated because the original case got dropped because she had no evidence and she was lying because all the other girls in the house went to on my behalf
and testified against her.
She's lying.
Yeah, right.
So like, okay, but we've been through his life. He has a Lambo and a bunch of pussy.